Hi, this is BigPapaGrump, and this is my preview of the 2017-2018 NHL season. Hi, this is BigPapaGrump, and this is my Let's Play for the new Minecraft Bedrock Edition. Okay, what the hell was I doing? Hi, this is BigPapaGrump from the Board of Doom, and this is my preview of the SmackDown Live exclusive pay-per-view Hell in a Cell. Starting with the pre-show match, we've got Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable versus the Hype Bros. I'm going with Gable and Benjamin because it looks like Raleigh and Ryder is supposedly going to break up or do something or turn. I don't know. I'm just going with American Alpha 2.0. Alright, on to the main show. You know, I've noticed I usually have other people with me for these. Alright, moving on. So, I'm going to start with AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin for the United States Championship. Part of me wants to pick AJ because it's AJ freaking Styles, and you don't, pick against AJ Styles unless it's obvious he's going to lose. But in this case, I think they're going to take the belt off of him. At least I hope they're going to take the belt off him so he can move on to a program with Jinder or work his way into the world title picture again. And plus, you kind of have to, you can stop punishing Corbin now. You got to give him something. So I have a feeling that they're going to put the belt on Corbin and have him feud maybe one more time and retain cheekily against AJ, probably on SmackDown. Then he'll move on to Ty Dillinger and Bobby Roode, guys like that. So hopefully that's what happens with that. On the other hand, they still might be punishing Corbin for God knows what now. Alright, Bobby Roode versus Dolph Ziggler. Well, Dolph Ziggler is rumored to be on his way out. Plus, it's Bobby Roode, so I'm going with Bobby Roode. And he kind of has to win anyways because he just got called up. He really hasn't done anything. You got to give him a big showcase. If you're going to have him lose the match, it's probably to progress the feud, but nobody really knows if Ziggler's going to be around in a month. So I'm going to err on the side of caution and go with Roode. Moving on to Rusev versus Randy Orton. The way they've been treating Rusev, it seems as if Orton's going to win, but Orton doesn't need the win. Rusev does, and if they're going to move Rusev into a feud with, maybe for the United States Championship, if AJ retains, or even if Dillinger ends up getting a hold of it at some point, or if they're going to move him, heaven forbid, into the World Championship picture, depending on who's the champ when he gets to that point, you got to give him a win here. So, Rusev. Now, the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championship Hell in a Cell match between the champs, the New Day, and the Usos. This should be the end of the feud, and for it to be the end of the feud, you would have to have the New Day win. I don't know who they're going to be taking on beyond the Usos because they don't have any other real teams. I mean, I guess you could move one of the two teams that's competing on the pre-show up. Who knows? But this should be the blow-off match, and it should go to the New Day. And plus, they've been hot potatoing the titles between the two of them for a little while now. It's about time somebody retained, on a bigger stage than just on SmackDown. So I'm going to go with the New Day. SmackDown Live Women's Championship match between the champion Natalya and Charlotte. I'm going Charlotte because I've always felt as if Natty was the traditional transitional position, and basically just holding off until the time is right. Plus, with the stuff that happened with Ric Flair, it seems like the type of thing Vince would do to just put the belt on Charlotte. I mean, it's a smart thing anyways because she's the best one in the women's division right now. So, and plus, there's rumors that they're building towards a feud with Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania. So you might as well give Charlotte a nice, long, very credible title reign leading up to WrestleMania. So I figure this is as good a place to start as any. Plus, she could feud with Becky Lynch. She could, depending on maybe they're looking at Paige coming back as a heel right around Rumble time. Who knows? But I think now's the time to pull the trigger on putting the belt on Charlotte. All right, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match between the champ Jinder Mahal and Shinsuke Nakmura. I don't see them putting the belt on Shinsuke. Shinsuke may win the match, although I'm picking Jinder to win the match through probable shenanigans. I would love for them to pull the trigger and put the belt on Shinsuke. I just don't think they're going to. He's probably going to hold on. Jinder's probably going to hold on to the title clear, at least past their Indian expansion. So that puts him as losing the belt at the Rumble. He's advertised as the champ at Starrcade. Rumor is he's not even going to defend the title at Survivor Series. So that would put whatever the December pay-per-view is, and more than likely the Royal Rumble is the next big match for Jinder to defend the title at. So they're just going to have him kind of coast along until they have to take the title off him. Because you don't want Jinder Mahal going in. I don't really think you want Jinder Mahal going in as the champ going into the Rumble, but definitely not WrestleMania. And finally, the Hell in a Cell grudge match between Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon. This one's a little tougher because you would think automatically Kevin Owens, he has to go over. But when you start factoring in that there's possible talk of him going to Raw soon, on top of the fact that Shane has lost pretty much every match he's been in since he came back. So, you know, he was like the first one eliminated at Survivor Series. He lost to The Undertaker. I'm hoping he's going to lose this one. He lost to AJ. I'm picking Kevin Owens because I want Kevin Owens to win. I think the smarter move is to have Kevin Owens win. And if you have him go, if you're going to send him to Raw, just have him go, I don't want to be on SmackDown anymore. I'm too good for this brand. The Kevin Owens show has always been Raw. I'm going to Raw. You don't want me on SmackDown. I don't want to be around you between him and Shane. So, you know what? I'm out. Send me to Raw. I'll go deal with your sister and the Olympic dude. So I'm going to go with Kevin Owens on that one. Okay, shorter video than usual because I'm here by myself. There's not a lot to talk about with most of these matches. A lot of them, I think, are pretty straightforward as far as I think they're going to win. I think they're going to win. Here's why. A little bit more intrigue, depending on how deep you want to get into the Owens Shane thing, or the Jinder Shinsuke thing, or even how much you want to play up the Rusev Orton. I think that feud's going to continue for a little while. So, because I don't think either one of them has a whole lot to do. So yeah, this isn't the most exciting pay-per-view that I've done a preview for in a while. I mean, it's a lot of. Well, it makes sense for this one. Like, it's clear cut that it makes more sense for Charlotte to win or Bobby Roode to win. But, you know, Vince sometimes tries to outthink himself. Okay, so that was a preview. Our picks are going to be at the end. Not real happy with this pay-per-view. It's kind of meh. So I'm hoping that the show itself isn't meh, but the build-up has been terrible. The Shane stuff has been good. A little nod to the fact that they moved the Fashion Files from SmackDown to Hell in a Cell. It's supposed to be the conclusion, and maybe they'll move in and to actually start wrestling again instead of just doing awesome backstage stuff. But it's time for it to end. But yeah, on a side note, I'm launching my own YouTube channel of just me, where it's going to be like video game stuff and movie review stuff. You may see some other members of the board popping in. It's not going to affect the Board of Doom. I mean, we've been kind of lazy with our posts of late anyways, but it's, this is still the main channel. The other one's just going to be for fun. I might have some streams on there, or like alerts to streaming on Twitch or whatever. But yeah, that's it. I've been Big Papa Grump. Those have been our picks, and catch you later.